All right, Shalom, Mike. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that's teaching His word in all true faith and sincerity. And today I just want to tie this lesson, Edom's end. And there's plenty indicators that we are at the end of the so-called white man's time of ruling. His reign of terror is coming to an end. And it is made manifest by these series of events that's happening on the planet Earth. Whether big or small, it's in all an effort for this place to be uprooted. And ultimately, the icing on the cake, what's going to cement this man's downfall, what's going to cut him off, is World War III. But before that, it's going to be a series of evils to befall this place. Then Yahweh Bashmel Shai going to ultimately bring forth the fire. But this is Edom's end. This is what we're witnessing in real time, Edom's end. So I got an article, and it reads, Shutdown week 4. Few talks, little progress, no end in sight. Because ultimately, this is the end. And it ultimately become annual with these government shutdowns and shit like that. It's like an annual thing down there. It's been so frequent. But this one is something different about this one. It's about to be a big shakeup, man. You know, as you can see, they ain't even in the rush to try to get things back together. Certain benefits is about to be cut off soon. And they ain't in no rush to try to get shit back going. It just show you evils and only evils is forth to come, man. You know, and I ain't really got to even go into the article. The title itself says it all. Don't have high hopes for them to get together and go ahead and get the ball rolling with this, you know. So let's see. I got another article. This is from Independent. And it reads, Trump trolls No Kings protest with obscene AI video and malls invoking Insurrection Act. Live updates. So you had the No Kings protest. And Trump responded. And when you watch the clip, the nigga had the crown. And pretty much, niggas, he telling you he is going to be king. And in the video, he pretty much was shitting on the protesters. Well, he dropped shit on them, you know, if you watched it. So this nigga about to bring forth that hell. But I'll just say that to say this. These are still signs that this man is about to go down. Despite this power, the technology that he have, and the things that you see that's on display in this time, the influence, this man's still going down, man. You know? All that shit he got going on, it don't matter. The things he's trying to do to forward his kingdom is really hastening his destruction. So let's get this in the book of 2 Ezra 15 and verse 14. It reads, Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. So that world is concerning the world of Edom. It's not reserved to the planet Earth. You just that's talking about now you think the earth finna blow up now. Now this is concerning a certain age where the Lord was set to make forth his visitation. And that's this time, the last age, the revival of the Roman Empire. And that woe goes into destruction. And that's what you see that's about to come to this place. That, like, what else? You know? For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. See? This is the indicator. That everything is about to be summed up. A good event to look at was when they stormed the Capitol, man. These devils actually went in the head. They were strapped up, you know. But then ultimately these people actually is gonna fight against each other, man. These different skirmishes within Babylon the Great. The Lord said he's gonna set up the Egyptian against the Egyptian. Because that King Trump protest, there was some Edomites, man. Man, you got Jake involved in the midst of that shit, but that was Edom, man. Putting that shit together. And that's why our Lord Yahushua, let's get that too as well. And St. Matthew, the 12th chapter. In the 20th, starting to verse 25, it reads, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. See, that's what we're witnessing, the house of Edom. And these niggas are not on one accord. You know? That's why everything is falling apart. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? See? So that's what we're witnessing. The Lord putting that spirit on these devils to be against each other. And that's one of the symptoms of a downfall. That infighting, that's like a wound. It's split open. It's like a cut, you know. And that's a curse unto you. But as you can see, with Israel, the Lord is healing. That's that and gathering his elect. But Edom, he's dispersing Edom. That's why they're divided and fighting against each other. But that's the symptoms of your end. The end of Edom, man. I'm going back to second Esdras, chapter 15. Verse 16, it reads, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. See? So you actually got a thing called the No King protest. And really, as we get closer to the perfect day, things about to get more intense. When these people get roused, you think these people getting roused, they about to get roused up, man. You know? These spirits is about to get ramped up. That's the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, because the end, this is the climax of the movie, the return of Yahweh Shai. So everything is about to get more intense. But just going back to the point of the indicators of the end of this system, the empire, these people, losing it and rejecting the powers that be. The benefits and shit is about to be cut. These people about to be angry. War, on the brink of war. Let's matter of fact, what's that? St. Matthew 24. On the brink of war. What other conclusion can you come with but the end of the world? Or something about the fuck. It's about to be a big shakeup. It's not finna be you got man 2031 finna come. Hey, like all that stupid shit, that's about all that shit finna be over with, man. Soon. And the indicators out there, these events that's happening throughout the earth. Like I said, big, small. Trump bringing forth that Mike and AI video. That's one of the signs that this is the end, because that's part of this nigga about to come forth with that great wrath. Because in the video, the nigga really was dropping them things on, you know. St. Matthew 24, verse 3, it reads, "And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?" So the return of Yahushua and the end of the world, the end of not the earth blowing up. No, the end of an age, the end of a system, a rulership, which is ran by Esau, the so-called white man. The end of Esau's world, Esau's time. We here now. We at that moment. We have been desiring this moment. You know, because after this is going to be forever happily ever after, man. As they say. Continue on the reason Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come by name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many. Yeah, because you at the height of deception. You know, because Yahushua, he's the savior, man. So that's what you have. You have even things in this lifetime, this pseudo outlets and saviors. A nigga would think, if he go to school for 12 years, this is gonna be the way out to a guy shooting basketball or a nigga robbing, the studio. And then you even actually have guys to actually say they are the anointed, as well as false Israelite camps. We at the height of that, man. These are the signs Yahushua told us to look for. We at the height of that, because there's so many levels to that, saying I am the anointed now. It ain't just one. Like I said, you ask the guys saying they the Lord, but it's even farther than that now. You got these different outlets. The Lord he's the outlet, He's the way, the truth, the light, the relief. Talk about that water that he gives, So we at the height of the deception. He said, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. See? So, but these as well, this is going to happen within this system. This system had to be set up, and then these events will happen. Especially the height of war. Because, of course, war has always been a thing since man was on the earth, in a sense. But at this high rate, with these weaponry, the technology that's here now, ain't nothing like it. And then you get an article, you hearing wars, and you getting an article. It's coming straight to you, telling you some shit that's taking place in Ukraine. another so many billions invest into this military. This missile has been tested, and this is every day. Even within the you got YouTube channels dedicated just to the military. Even within news apps, you got the military category, man. So yeah, we at the height of war. But the end is not yet, because ultimately a certain prophecy had to happen before the destruction, and that's the chip, man. That's the mark of the beast, the RFID microchip. That's when the countdown is gonna really happen. Once that is implemented and mandated, that's when the countdown to the destruction happens. But the missiles are here though. For these people, it's not like you have to entertain the idea of World War III, because it's actually missiles on the planet Earth, and they are already built with the address of America on it. It reads, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places." So you're going to have race wars, even to the climax of world wars. That's why I said nation against nation and kingdom against kingdom. So you're going to have wars on all levels. Civil war, food wars. We're going through an info war now. That's why you have YouTube guidelines. So that show you that's like a battle in itself. But like I said, things are gonna get more intense. These wars is gonna be even race wars, civil war, world war, and the famines. And that famines is plural, because of course there's gonna be a lack of bread and water, but even answers, man. See, this is all part of Edom's end, because this nigga with the so-called you go to him for the answers. Like a smart people, you look at Einstein, this is a smart guy, all this shit gonna go out the window as well, man. That all this part of Edom's end, because it talk about how that judgment, he ain't gonna be able to come up with anything. It's gonna be the wrath of the Lord. He ain't gonna be able to come up with some scientific and said, this is why this is happening. No, it's going to be, you going to know it's Yahweh by Shema Shai, man. It talks about that in Isaiah. He don't know whence it rises, It says, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, see? See, these are the indicators to the end of this world, this system that we're in. And going back to the icing on the cake is World War III. But before that moment where this devil's about to be cut off, a certain time period, the hour of temptation, when that mark is implemented, and we coming into this digital system, where this man is going to mandate, and going back, that's part of the end. This is all part of the indicator. This is Edom's end, because this nigga is going to fight tooth and nail to the bitter end. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, us having a testimony of Yahweh Shai, we seeing it in real time. We get to have front row seats to the matter of fact, I'm gonna end off on this. We get to have front row seats to this, man. Ecclesiastes, Sirach 25, verse 7, there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy. And the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. See, See, our people is dead. They don't even know the so-called white man is falling. That's why a nigga will get up and smoke a blunt. He ain't got no hope. Nigga get up, get high, trying to see how much if he can get something. He ain't got no nutrient. Nigga been eating McDonald's or candy all week. He ain't got no nutrients. He got no hope. He know he about to die for, he don't even know his enemy is falling, but the Lord gave us an understanding. We living. We actually able to see this man in these events and put it together and say, yeah, this is an indicator that this is his falling. Just like someone's on their deathbed is indicators when you look at him like, yeah, he about to croak soon. So we was given insight. We were able to live to see the fall of our enemy, man. We playing seeing this real time. So yeah, I just hope that we're edifying. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Rachah, Kudash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect, the teaching word in all true faith and sincerity. Shalom.